Our next section before MEA break is proportions and similar figures. The most important thing with proportions and similar figures is drawing a picture. Make sure you always draw a picture. And also labeling. These are the two spots that people make mistakes on. Before we get into actually solving problems, we have to know what this symbol right here means. And that is a similar to. So in this picture, triangle ABC, this triangle is similar to triangle FGH, meaning that angles A and F are congruent because they're both the first letter that are stated in the similarity statement. B and G are going to be congruent or equal, and C and H will be congruent or equal to each other. When you have similar figures, the ratios, so the fractions that can be created, are going to be equal to each other. So whenever you have a similarity statement like this, I would say that AB, because they're the first two letters, and FG would go with each other. So meaning AB is 8 and FG is 12. That has to be equal to, if I look, my next two letters are BC and GH. So if I look at BC is 12, so 12, and GH is 18. And that has to be equal to, my last two would be A to C and F to H. So A to C is 10 and F to H is 15. Now to make sure that they are similar, I would reduce each fraction. 8 over 12 could be both reduced by 4, so 8 divided by 4 is 2. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 12 and 18 can both be divisible by 6. 12 divided by 6 is 2, and 18 divisible by 6 is 3. And 10 over 15 both can be divided by 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2, and 15 divided by 5 is 3. See how all the fractions, once they're reduced, are going to be the same. That's because the figures are similar. So now we're going to use that knowledge to actually help us solve. So we're looking for DE. Now when I look at this, DE should be sharing a fraction with AB. So I'm going to put an X by DE, that's what I'm looking for. When I set up my fraction, AB is going to go on top, so that's 10, because AB is 10, over X. And that has to be equal to, let's see, I have BC here, that's my length here, so if I look at my similarity statement, BC matches up with EF. So BC is 16 and EF is 12. You want to make sure to match up the correlating sides so you know what number to use. It's not always going to be drawn so that the lengths are in the same spot as in this picture. Now I'm going to cross multiply. So I'm going to have 16x is equal to 120. Divide both sides by 16, and I get x is equal to 7.5. Now for this next problem, this is where I'm talking about drawing a picture and labeling are very important. The sun rays strike a building and a girl at the same angle. And so first I'm going to draw a building. So this is going to be my building. It has a bunch of windows. And then I'm going to draw a girl. Going to have a girl because it has funny hair. Both kind of with the relationship with a triangle. And they both have the same angle forming with two similar triangles. How tall is the building? So now that I have my drawing done, now I want to set up my proportion. So when you set up your proportion, I'm going to have a division bar equal division bar. I'm going to, on the top of my both fractions, I'm going to put height. On the bottom, I'm going to put my shadow. So now I know this fraction is going to be labeled as my girl, and this is going to be my building. So I have to know where to put my numbers. So I have 5 feet for the height of my girl. So that has to go with height and girl, so it'd be 5. And for the shadow of the girl, it's 3 feet. So under girl, I'm going to put 3. For the building height, I don't know what the height is, but I do know the shadow is 15. So now if I solve this, I would get 75 is equal to 3x and divide by 3. And I know the height of the building will be 25 feet. So again, make sure to draw a picture correctly, and labeling your proportion is key for these problems. Right now I want you to pause the video, read the problem, draw a picture by yourself, and try to solve the picture, or solve the problem all by yourself and correct it with my work. So this is what your picture should look like. Now set up your proportion and solve. So you should have found that the height of the flagpole is 30 feet. If you did not take notes on this lesson, make sure you go back and take notes, because that's how you're going to be getting points. Have a wonderful day.